Well, hello everybody, it's Sharon here from Essential Stencil. Now I found this canvas, then I simply got this plywood board, and so this is the stencil. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and so obviously we'll be doing that in a dark colour against the white, so I probably will just do that in black. And we want it nice and centred there, and then that'll make just a fun, great statement. All right, so I'm using I'll use a 5/8 inch brush, and I'm using Fusion's Coal Black, which is it's their true black. And now I can do a nice little swirling motion because I've got hardly any paint on the brush. And in Queensland, our winters only get to as low as, we hardly ever get down to 0 degrees, and I'm not sure what 0 is. 0 is freezing temperature, so whatever your temperature is in freezing, and our 100 degrees Celsius is boiling point. So that's how we can kind of know, that's our system anyway. So freezing temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So whatever your freezing temperature is, that's as low as it gets in Queensland, but hardly ever where I live. It honestly only usually gets to about 5 or 10 degrees Celsius. Hello, Erin. Hi, Karen. Thanks for jumping on and saying hello. Oh, someone got that. Kathy got the super mega bundle. Oh, right. That's great. So this one is just the mega bundle, which is all the stencils. So it doesn't include all the transfers because they had sold out of some of those transfer sets. They do still have some of the Scandinavian transfers left, which are absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping I can kind of use those today. I'm just going to add a little bit more dampness. What time is it in Australia? I'm in Michigan. Hi, Bonnie. The time here is 10. I started my live at 10 a.m., so it's 10:10 a.m. here on Thursday mornings. So that's when I go live, which is Wednesday night for you guys, 7 p.m. CST. So that's all I kind of know. And so each time I have to kind of change that up when you guys have daylight saving, and I have to figure out my time, and then it changes to 11 a.m. for me. So yeah, I have a little bit of a juggle in trying to, but I'm used to it now. I can kind of tell where I'm at. And then when I have to, I send Essential Stencil the dates for when, I send them pictures of what we did on our live so that they can use them for social media, and I always write down the date. And so that's always a tricky juggle in my head, because I've actually done the live on the Thursday, which today is the 23rd of October, but for you, the live was the 22nd of October, so I have to remember, change the date back to the day before. And then I have to remember that your date format is completely different to the way we write dates here in Australia. So we write day, month, year, which for us, that makes sense. You have the day is shorter than a month, which is shorter than a year, but you guys, you just change things up a bit, and you write the month first, and then the date, and then the year. So I have to get that around in my head and interpret it all, and then put it down on the post. So, Kathy, it's 8:11 there for you guys, so you must be in a different zone than Central. And I think that will be wonderful. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And if you wanted to, you could also fill in the little, what do you call those, bridges? But let me show you what it looks like now with this gorgeous frame back over the top of it. Now, I haven't even sealed the stain on this frame, so I probably will do that first, give it a nice sealer or a waxing, and that'll make it really pop out. But look how gorgeous that is going to look when it's all stapled back in to the frame. Ta-da! Most wonderful time of the year. So we'll put that one aside, and let's get started with our next project, Merry and Sweet Christmas Bundle, and it's called Oh Snap Gingerbread, or you can buy this one individually. And I'm going to use that just as words. So I hope you notice that a lot of the words aren't necessarily Christmas related. Maybe the Gingerbread Cookie Company, that would be like something you'd make at Christmas. But the rest of the words, we've got fresh baked, we've got a beautiful bowl, we've got rolling pin, all the images, we've got baked with love, sugar and spice, oh snap, sweet treats. Now this does look absolutely amazing as a sign just like this, but I'm going to use those words as if they're just words for my sign here. I think we'll start with Cookie Company over here. So we're leaving off Gingerbread. I'm going to use Fusion's Casement White. So we don't want to take it too close to the edge. About there feels right. So that's what we're going to go with. There we go. So we've got Cookie Co. So that fits nice and neatly on that line there. Now I haven't dipped my brush in the paint again, just seeing if I need to, and I do. So I'll just add a bit more. And offload the brush. Okay, so there we go, Cookie Co. Sweet treats, and then sugar and spice down the bottom here. Oh, there's these little ones. These might be cuter because they're a bit smaller. Okay, I think that looks great. Yeah, so that one fits right here. I think that's cute enough. Do our center one first, and then we can put the other two either side of it. this down even further. So there we go. Ta-da! And so you want it to look really clean. So we've done that. Last one for today, I think. Let's see. Oh, and you could put little farm animals from our farm transfers on there. Do we still have farm transfers left in stock? That would be fun. Okay, let's get started over here. Creating a nice white base for our sign. Okay, so we'll just take that off to show you. That's if you wanted to just use it plain white. Now my F for farm sort of gets lost in the crack there, but that's okay. I might see if I can try and get a little bit more on the bottom side of that. If I tip that down, move my angle of my brush so I can really get that on the inside. Okay, by now I feel like my paint might have dried up a little. Let's just add a bit more onto the thing. Okay, so I've got it in the right place, shifted it up slightly across. Let's go with that. Hopefully it's dry enough, the white, where it won't turn. So I'm giving you tips along the way because a lot of you might be brand new to stenciling. And, oops, got to be careful of that star as well. So I can tell that red, I'll just lift it up gently here so you can see how that sort of pops and we've got that white shadow underneath it. But I do want to add maybe another coat of that red. Kind of wait till that first coat dries, which fusion dries super quickly. So that'll be dry now. Okay, so there we've got our Christmas on the farm, and that's really stood out nicely. Should we add green to the farm, do you think, or just leave it like that? What are you thinking in the comments? Bayberry, here we come. Offloading that onto our board. And here we go with farm, with the green. And we've got our nice, cute little crate. It's Christmas on the farm. Now this one's going to fit perfectly fine. And then I'm going to get my scissors. Actually, I need some sharper scissors, I think. Just got some here in the kitchen drawer we'll grab on that line. So that we can get this very little deer. So that we can get that right down in there. Let's see how we go getting this off. It's going nicely. Just rubbing it down here to stick well first. The scissors again. Cut that through. Let's have a look at everything we made today. Glad to be here tonight with you, and I'll see you again next week. Bye, everybody.